It really gets you, just the word Satan, like instantly, boom. Fire, darkness, that whole fallen angel vibe.
Right.
But for this deep dive, we're going deeper than the usual fire and brimstone. The mind of Satan, pride, rebellion, and eternal solitude. Getting into the why of the devil himself.
Well, and what's so compelling is how much Satan's story is really just, well, the human story writ large. I mean, we all deal with ambition, with doubt, wanting control.
It's just his playground's a bit bigger than ours.
Exactly. Cosmic scale.
Right.
But what I like about this source is it starts with Lucifer before the fall. He's the favorite angel, radiant, totally beloved.
Okay, so top tier angel, got it. But something goes wrong, clearly.
It's subtle at first. Doubt creeps in. He's witnessing creation, all that power, and he starts asking why. Why does the creator get to call all the shots?
And that's so relatable, though. We all ponder that. Free will versus destiny, right? Like, where do we fit in?
Exactly. Not evil yet, just wondering. The problem is Lucifer's ego. This is Lucifer, most radiant, powerful. The source even mentions he keeps thinking, why not me? Like seeing creation and going, I could do that. I should be in charge.
So pride is a huge E part of this rebellion recipe, but is it just ego? Or the source talks about how he views the other angels too, right?
And that's where it gets tragic. He sees their obedience as weakness. He's so used to being the brightest, he misses the point. His connection to the Creator is why he shines. His dependence is the source of his light.
Blinded by his own brilliance, in a way.
Exactly. And this feeds into his desire for freedom. But the source argues what Lucifer wants isn't freedom, it's this ego trip. He thinks taking control equals autonomy.
But he's missing something.
True freedom, the source says, means understanding limitations. The irony is, Lucifer trying to escape limits is what traps him in his pride, his need to be on top.
Lots to unpack there, but how does he go from thinking these things to actually rebelling? What's the trigger?
Yeah, because it's one thing to have a bit of an ego, think, hey, maybe I should be running things, but to actually get others on board?
Right. It takes a special kind of salesmanship, I guess you could say. And that's where Lucifer really transitions into Satan, the master manipulator. This source portrays him as dangerously good at tapping into, well, those doubts we were just talking about.
Even angels have them, huh?
It's universal, that yearning for freedom, for agency. And Satan knows exactly how to play on it. The source even describes him seeking out angels who've maybe just had a bit of that same questioning. Wow, playing to their insecurities. Bold move. So what's his pitch, though? Like, how do you convince an angel who's got it pretty good to rock the boat?
It's genius. Really messed up, but genius. He flips the script. Instead of this benevolent creator, he paints a picture of a being holding them back. There's this quote the source pulls. Satan goes, "You are capable of so much more. Don't be limited by his design."
Ooh, sneaky. It's like, you can be amazing if it weren't for... Yeah, that's classic manipulation 101. But how much of it does Satan believe himself, you think?
Right, that's what the source grapples with too. And honestly, that's where the lesson for us comes in. Because, see, he's confusing true freedom with this power grab. He's rebelling, yeah, but it's self-serving, not some noble pursuit.
So, wanting control, not true freedom. Huge difference.
Okay, but we're dancing around the big showdown here. How does the source describe Lucifer's fall from grace? What goes down? All right, so the gauntlet's been thrown down. Heavenly showdown time. I'm going to guess things don't end well for Team Satan.
You'd be right. And the source doesn't sugarcoat it. This is a crushing defeat for Lucifer.
But it's got to be more than just losing a fight, though, right? I mean, cast out of heaven, talk about a blow to the ego.
Exactly. It's that psychological shift the source really highlights. Lucifer, the radiant, the proud, he's gone. In his place is Satan, totally consumed by bitterness, by this fall from grace.
Total identity crisis on top of losing the war. Rough day. So is this where hell enters the picture? This is where he's expelled, yeah. But, and this is interesting, the source points out that while hell is punishment, Satan finds a twisted kind of freedom there.
Okay, now that's intriguing. What kind of freedom can you find in eternal damnation?
Remember how obsessed Lucifer was with defying limits, with rejecting the Creator's authority? Well, in hell, he gets that. No more rules, no hierarchy, just him and his rage.
Be careful what you wish for, right? Wanted freedom from the Creator, now he's trapped by his own demons. So what's he do with this freedom? Plot revenge, maybe.
Bingo. The source argues that from here on out, it's all about proving a point. Not even about glory anymore, but just corrupting humanity despite the one who cast him out.
So pride and revenge become their own kind of hell. Way more torment than any fire and brimstone. This whole psychological punishment angle is fascinating, but also kind of sad, really.
It is. Strip away the cosmic setting, and you've got a figure who's just lost,
Yeah.
alone. You could understand his actions, given his pain, but it's self-destruction at that point.
And that's what makes this deep dive so powerful. We're not just talking about evil incarnate. This source makes you see Satan as a warning about pride, about confusing freedom with just wanting power. Very human mistakes when you get down to it.
Exactly. And that's why, even as the bad guy, Satan still fascinates us. Art, literature, music. He reflects our own potential for darkness, those struggles with envy, with control.
Those demons we all have lurking around.
Exactly.
But if we're ending on a hopeful note, which I like to do, it reminds us we have a choice. We can confront those demons, learn from mistakes, find freedom in something bigger than ourselves. Maybe that's the real takeaway from Satan's story, huh?
Maybe true freedom isn't about power, but about rising above what drags us down.
Ooh, I like that. Lots to think about. Big thanks to you, always a fascinating deep dive. And to everyone listening, keep those source materials coming. Till next time, happy reading.